In the last video, we talked about how to multiply monomials. In this video, we're going to talk about how to multiply a monomial by a polynomial. So to find the product, and remember, product is just the result of multiplying. So to find the product of a monomial with a polynomial with more than one term, we use what's called the distributive property. I want to do my best to give you a little illustration here of how we're going to use the distributive property to help us find these products. All right, you'll see over here on the left, I've written out a simple multiplication problem. We want to find the product of this multiplication problem. 3 times 5. Well, we all know that that's 15. Now, 3 times 5 is an example of a monomial times a monomial. What I want to do now is rewrite that 3 times 5 as a monomial times a binomial. So as you can see, I've written our 3 times 5 statement a little bit differently now. Now it's 3 times the sum 3 plus 2. The 3 here is our monomial, and the 3 plus 2, the sum of 3 plus 2 over here, that is our binomial. In other words, I've written the number 5 as a sum of 2 other numbers, 3 plus 2. So that makes it a binomial. Now, if we try to do the multiplication this way, the only way we're going to get the correct response is if we multiply the monomial 3 by the 3 inside the parentheses and the 2 inside the parentheses. When we multiply the 3 times the 3 inside the parentheses, we get 9. When we multiply the 3 times the positive 2 inside the parentheses, we get a positive 6. And 9 plus 6 is 15. Which is exactly what we got when we multiplied 3 times 5. So what this little example just shows is that if I want to multiply a monomial times a binomial, then I have to multiply the monomial by both terms of the binomial. And that's exactly the situation that we have over here on the right. We have 5x times the sum 2x plus 4. 5x is our monomial, and the 2x plus 4 is our binomial. If I want to get the correct response to this question when we multiply, then I have to multiply the 5x by the 2x and the 5x by the 4, and then combine any like terms that I have. When we multiply 5x by 2x, we're multiplying a monomial times a monomial. So we just multiply the coefficients and multiply the variables. 5 times 2 gives us 10, and then x times x gives us x squared. Now we need to multiply the 5x times the 4, and again, in this situation, it's a monomial times a monomial. 5x times 4 is 20x. So we have a plus 20x. Now we have to ask ourselves the question, do we have any like terms in this 10x squared plus 20x expression that we can combine together? And the answer to that is no, because one of our terms is an x squared term and the other is just an x term. So we don't have any like terms. So this is the fully simplified product of 5x times the sum 2x plus 4. In this example, we're asked to multiply a monomial, negative 2x z squared, by a trinomial, 2x minus 3z plus 2z squared. Anytime we multiply a monomial by a polynomial, we have to multiply that monomial by each term in the polynomial. So in this example, we'll have to multiply the negative 2xz squared by 2x, and then by negative 3z, and then by 2z squared. This example is a little bit more complicated, so let's take it step by step. First, let's multiply the monomial on the outside of the parentheses, the negative 2xz squared, by the first term of the polynomial inside the parentheses, the 2x. Multiplying negative 2xz squared by 2x, we know we multiply the coefficients together. So negative 2 times 2 gives us negative 4. X to the first times x to the first will give us x squared. And then there's nothing to multiply the z squared by other than 1. So that just remains a z squared. So the first term of our new polynomial is going to be negative 4x squared z squared. Now let's multiply the negative 2xz squared by the negative 3z. Multiplying coefficients to coefficients gives us negative 2 times negative 3, which is a positive 6. X to the first times 1 is just x to the first. And z squared times z to the first is z to the third. So the second term in our new polynomial will be a positive 6xz to the third. And now let's multiply that negative 2xz squared by the last term in our polynomial, the positive 2z squared. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. X times 1 is x, and z squared times z squared is z to the fourth. And this will be the last term in our new polynomial. So we put the yellow term, the red term, and the green term together to form our new polynomial, which will be negative 4x squared z squared plus 6xz cubed minus 4xz to the fourth.